All right, and we are back. Nice. Cool.
Just hey. I have a fluffy.
No, please. It took that last second.
Congrats. Who?
No.
Yeah, I sometimes randomly give out free points for people, and it's taking it a little bit for the actual Streamlabs in order to update everything for the loyalty things. But yeah, in fact, you know what? Screw it, because I'm in a pretty good mood. Let's hit a button here and wait for this to load, and I'll hit another button. Let's see, loyalty
3.
So let's give everyone an extra 250 points.
What?
Yeehaw!
Just because, you know, I'm glad to have people in the chat and so forth.
How many viewers we got right now?
Alright. Give me just a sec to reset my recording, though.
Duh.
Alright. So...
Point.
You're supposed to add an S there.
In the neck. You've yeed your last hop, partner.
Thank you. Alright, so now we are officially back. I gave out free points during our little break. I was just resetting my recording because it makes it a lot easier.
Wait, why do you have so many points?
Don't worry about it, Chief. Don't worry about it.
You see, the difference is, Sky, he actually watches the sessions.
Yeah, the more you watch, the more you get. And when you come in on odd streams that I might do randomly for like chats and shit, I get super lenient on, especially when I'm playing with my widgets and playing with my little other stream thingies that I don't get to usually play with during a live stream. It gives me all the more points to try games that I wouldn't otherwise do, or
You've yeed your last
point
hop, partner.
rewards, or stuff like that.
Weirdest thing about it though is the Streamlab thing. It doesn't show how many points you
Yeah.
actually have.
Yeah,
There's A.
it's
So-
background updating and transferring of stuff. So it will be updating. It just sometimes take a little bit to go through. Because every so often I have to re-import and fix stats.
So, example, what would I do if, say, I wanted to give crit
So,
and
Sam,
it only says
metagaming for a
I have
moment.
like 50?
I just want to know,
Okay.
how would Curtis react with how angry he is at Xander right now if Xander asked him for help with a Tinker project? I'm just wondering, asking for a friend, obviously. He'd probably shoot Xander, right? Like,
I gotta
I
shoot.
just want to make sure.
If you wanted to shoot you, would have done so. You were literally in his house. He has a security system. If he wanted to shoot you, he would have. But
It's one of these.
more
Sorry,
accurately,
still
he'd help you. But you might get confronted on the fact of exactly how was the.
But again, I just would like to say, just like I reminded him, I wasn't the only one going at Kyle so hard.
Trust me, Curtis is aware.
So
Curtis heard the whole recording. He knows it's not you entirely. But
I
honestly,
sent him the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's the
Even how
difference.
much
Is,
Kyle was doing.
But the thing is that the only thing he needed to see was the video. He already knew what was said in the call. Because it was to
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Now he sees it all in context.
yeah.
He sees what Kyle is doing. He hears everything.
Let's see.
Can't say he's not a little perturbed, but
It's okay.
don't know how
I'll
to
go
pick up
have breakfast with Daddy Curtis.
So,
I'm just kidding.
you're preparing breakfast. You want to do a roll for me on that?
Performance?
Yeah.
Oh, did she find eggs? Oh no. That was also something she wanted to do.
Yeah.
18. No, 13 plus my 15. 28.
Okay. That do it? That should have updated everything. If not, I'll look into it further. Otherwise, let's get back to the game where it's much more important, I think.
Yes.
So, you guys are making breakfast. Heather, right? You're going to the cafe to make breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay. You see Heather's already up and preparing stuff out of
gonna-
habit.
I'm gonna go
But
up to her with
she's not
some stuff.
cooking anything.
I'm gonna go up to her with some of my stuff.
Oh.
Hey, I hear you're Heather, right?
Hi.
No.
Yes,
Hi.
Hale, right?
Yes. I just got the
Ignite's on
stuff out
fire.
the tree thing, and I got this stuff. I was gonna make breakfast. Would you want to help me?
The tree thing.
Feel free to use the kitchen. I'm getting some stuff together. There's something I want to do this morning.
Okay.
And she looks very
Oh.
distracted.
Poor Heather.
I'll sing some for you.
Oh, I'll gladly eat with everyone. I want to finish preparing this beforehand. And you see her go off and start puttering with some other stuff.
I'm gonna go use her kitchen now.
All right, make a performance check for cooking.
18 plus my 13.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
15. I meant.
All right, so you wake up normal time.
Yep.
You guys finish your skeet shooting and shit. And the chicken's all gone. You're full.
You ate 3 whole fucking chicken?
Oh yeah.
You didn't tell me you were doing anything else. And you're
Literally.
hanging out, and you see Heather preparing something, and she starts cooking breakfast.
I'm still outside. I never went in.
Okay, so you watch her go in.
So you're just gonna stay
I figured
outside?
you were following her.
That
Okay.
would be.
So you're staying outside? Alright.
I think at this point, Clemore would want to go find
After
some more.
you're about 3/4 of the way done preparing breakfast, okay, Heather picks up a large box she was preparing and steps outside. Okay, you guys coming downstairs?
Yep.
Okay. As you come downstairs, I'm just gonna make it easy. The 4 of you all come down together. Roughly, you meet up in the stairway because the elevators aren't working.
Hi, Curtis.
Okay. And now you realize that going down 50 floors. Oh, sorry, you two are in the workshop, so only 25 floors of stairs.
It's not so bad.
It's pretty extensive. 50 floors of stairs is definitely extensive.
It's only
Get your morning
Yeah, it's-
workout.
It's only 25. It's only 25.
And
it's
for
fine.
you, Aris, 50 floors of stairs is.
Eris is getting her morning
You get to the
workout.
bottom of the stairs and you're exhausted
just
and
fly down.
you're pretty tired. You're not
Well,
used
at
to
least
it.
she's working off the 3 chickens she just ate.
In fact, all 4 of you make an athletics check.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, Aris at disadvantage because you're stuffed full of chicken.
25.
3.
3!
You are so out of shape and not used to this shit.
19.
This is just. Yeah, you two
12.
boys are fine. You're sore
We're jogging down.
Stairs.
You know?
and tired and
Easy.
starting to feel a bit
No, we're
nauseous.
doing Russian walking.
But
we're
you
just
are.
doing-
Your legs feel like jello, man. As you get downstairs,
doing
and all of
squat
you
kicks
smell
down the
an
stairs.
unbelievably good scent.
Rachie there.
In fact, this smells even better than the last breakfast you walked in on.
Squat kicks down the
As Heather comes out the door, you can smell breakfast cooking coming out the door, and you see her going with a large box of stuff. She waves at you, and then walks over to a spot in front of the building, puts the box down, and starts puttering with the stuff.
I want to go forward and ask what you got there.
Why are you avoiding
Well,
going inside?
No one else really seems to care, but I'm gonna miss a bunch of my customers, so I decided to get together some of the stuff from Zarg and Cynthia, since they're gone forever, and Kyle, and I'm making a little memorial here, so I can make my own goodbyes. Sure. And you see, she's got some odd items. Different types of memorabilia from the toys of Cynthia, which is the best that she could find because Cynthia never left anything really behind.
Aside from a
You
few
see-
chains and ropes.
Different scraps of stuff that you can only guess were stuff that Zarg might have left.
Oh, look at her. Like, are we burying these?
Eh? You see a
Nope, they're gonna
small
leave them out in the
emblem
open.
of Moradin,
You're gonna end up taking.
and
Are we burying these?
A murder mystery. What happened to the memorial?
as she's standing there, she's like, "Alright," and she draws a circle on the ground. She asks you to step back a little bit, and then she starts muttering incantations. You've never seen her ever use magic.
You are taking classes. Oh,
Muttering strange languages, and as you watch, stone begins to rise from the ground. And within a few minutes, an obelisk that looks very familiar.
she's an earthbender.
Well, do we know
Only
she's
instead
the
of
Avatar?
the plaque that you remember it reading, this is dedicated to those we have lost. And you see Kyle Shellshocks, Cynthia. Nobody knew her last name, so there was
It's
nothing listed.
Calibre!
Nobody knew your last
Oh
name.
yeah, only you
Okay.
did.
I did.
Zarg, quote, loyal beast knight. And approximately 2.5 million other unknown souls.
Hope Claymore doesn't see that.
Oh, he's gonna see it.
Can I use my
In tribute to no name.
Can I use my druidic powers to grow flowers?
Yep.
The flowers don't come up because they know what you do to plants.
That'd be quite funny.
No, they'll come out quicker because they're afraid they're just gonna bitch slap them.
Get up! No!
Damn you.
Get up! No! Raise his
What
hand.
do I What do I add again?
Are you using it through your druidic nature or
Yeah.
through your personal nature?
Druidic.
Okay, then that would be a wisdom.
11.
A bunch of wildflowers sprout.
Are any
Is
of
it
them
pretty at
red-shaded?
least?
Yes.
Okay.
Are any of them purple spinning?
And then you watch as she removes the front stone placard.
Abby, what are you doing?
I think it's the charger.
Yeah, it's your charger keeps popping on my computer, sorry. She removes it and starts putting all the memorabilia into it, saying her own little prayer. And then she puts the plaque back up and then just sits there, meditating for a while. You join her?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys come downstairs and it's a wonderful smelling breakfast. Okay.
Race you to the cafe.
Lydia, make a constitution check for me.
When your speaks,
What's that?
The smell of it is incredibly nauseating to you at this point, as you are so sick, and you try to hold it back, but you can't. As 3 half-eaten chickens worth of chicken comes up all over one of the tables,
You just look
I think
over.
I need to lay down.
which the 3 of you get to see and you hear.
You better clean up Heather's table. She might be pissed at you.
You look over and it's gone.
Yeah.
doing, Abby?
Abby,
Wells.
come.
Sweetheart, what are you doing?
Abby, come.
she's roaming.
Go and get.
The god of dogs
Lie down.
distracts the table for me.
Eris, is that all of my chicken?
Yes.
Abby. Lie down.
All of my chicken. Imagine if one of those was
You
the
didn't give
first
me the
one you ever
alcohol.
bought me. 8 months old at this point.
Anything put in that fridge, as long as it's powered, won't go bad. It's time locked.
But it hasn't been powered for a good 36 hours, and if that was an
No, it's
8-month-old
not been
chicken.
powered for less than 12 hours.
Okay.
So fun.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, you guys got teleported here at about 7 o'clock at night.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
So I help myself to
What?
breakfast.
What?
I'm gonna go lay down on a couch or something.
There's plenty of sofas around.
I need to see. I got the.
I went going through and joining other people and
Gotcha.
conversing, and I had this
Buddha.
wonderful conversation with this Dadpool guy who was working on a campaign, and it was just a nice conversation. After I finished watching Critical Role, so
His name.
yeah, so you guys I take it. Do you want to eat after seeing that scene?
No. No, I don't think I will.
Okay.
I do.
I'm
I'm kinda unfazed.
So do you
I'm
want
hungry.
to
I'm a human.
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
Curtis.
I just told them to get it themselves.
I have a question for you.
Okay. So Hale comes
questions.
out with a plate of her own food, and when she doesn't even have to eat. Then,
Fair enough.
and it smells and looks delicious. And she sits down and begins eating. At a table far away, I take it, from where Eris was.
Yep.
Even though the puke's cleaned up by now. No. Oh god.
Guess I
it's
should
not
probably
powered.
clean it.
Did anyone clean
I'm
it?
gonna start
Well,
cleaning
no,
it.
it's not powered. It doesn't have the ability to
That's what I'm
self-clean.
saying. How would it clean?
I'm gonna start cleaning it.
Okay. Okay, so that's going to take you a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the three of you doing?
Hey, Curtis.
Curtis is
I wanna
eating
try to
food
find
at one of the tables.
Hey, Curtis.
Trying to find Morrow?
Looks up.
You
I
don't
know
see
you're
her
mad at me.
anywhere.
For very good
You
reason.
haven't even looked
and I
outside
understand
yet.
that, and I know that there's nothing
You also
I can
don't
say
see
to,
Heather.
change that, and I deserve it.
You
But
see
you
all
think
the
you could help me with
Warforged
the
that were
Tinker
usually
project?
working around are powered down.
I have something
Or
to
in
do in the
standby
morning,
mode.
but I should be free in the afternoon if you're in the shop.
I gotta get supplies and everything for it, but
Kind of be hard to get
And-
supplies. What's in the building is kind of all we
Make a
have right
perception
now.
roll.
I can still order on the Toka network.
It might not be delivered directly here, but yeah, I'm not sure.
I can
As
still
you
go
look
to
over at
Toka.
Lacutius,
So if you need anything,
you
let me
do
know.
see what appears to be like a leg sticking out from behind one of the counters.
A leg?
What are you doing?
He's the first one that looked around.
I'm gonna go over and check that out.
Okay. You go over and you check it out, and you see Poppy.
Is she dead? Call me. Call me!
Who are you?
You know who Poppy is?
Yeah, you've met Pop.
Yeah, you
Haven't
met
you?
Poppy.
The popcorn popper girl?
You know,
The Valley
Katy
girl?
Perry.
Like, oh
all
my
the
god,
time.
totally.
That's not what she sounds
Oh
like.
my god, you gotta try my popcorn.
That's what she sounds like.
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
You know,
pop, pop,
she
pop.
pops the popcorn, it makes her tits grow.
I don't think I.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did
so
at
you
a
don't
party.
recognize her then. But you
Oh.
see a feminine form, robotic, that has what looks to be a glass cylinder for a center torso that's exposed. There's a pile of popcorn in front of her, and she's completely unpowered.
And I know why.
Why?
She was powered by my corruption because I took her off the Toka network with it. It ate away at her.
She's dead.
Poppy's done.
She's dead.
Well, it shouldn't. I mean, hypothetically, depending on how much corruption you actually poured into her, it shouldn't be impossible for us. Well,
I held my hand on her shoulder for a good 5 seconds, man. There was a lot of corruption in Poppy.
yeah, I'm not sure, but you could take it up to the shop and see if we can resurrect her.
Have you even told him?
No.
None of you know. And none of you...
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, you're just sitting there eating breakfast. It's unbelievable. It's even better than last time.
Also,
Pretty much.
Curtis, you think you could hook me up with a gun at some point?
I'm gonna pick it up, turn towards them.
I'll see what I have when I'm up at the shop later.
Thank you.
Hey guys, look.
I'm still cleaning up my puke.
So he calls.
He gets your attention. He's standing over by Lacutius.
What's up, Claymore?
I'm gonna run over to him.
Yeah, and you see Poppy completely unpowered.
This was behind the counter.
This was behind the counter.
I'm gonna grab some popcorn off her corpse and just eat it.
It tastes to be more than a day old. Probably about 2 days old.
As I figured.
As I figured.
Poor Poppy. Can I just pick up her body and bring it over into onto a table?
Sure. Make a strength check.
Where's my guy?
Right there.
Woo! 15.
She's a lot heavier than you thought she was. You
Claymore, do you think you
pick
could
her
help
up,
me with this?
and you get about 3 or 4 steps, and then you have to kind of catch your breath a little bit.
Claymore, can you help me, please?
Yeah, let me do that.
Make a strength check.
What is that?
It's an 11.
Plus your strength modifier.
11.
Oh, with your strength modifier? Okay.
We're struggling.
That's the lowest I've rolled on strength.
She's heavier than you thought, but what's your total strength? And what's your total strength, Jake?
24.
22.
You have a 22 strength, seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
yeah.
a +6 on my
My
strength.
max carrying, it says 360.
Between the two of you, you carry her over. And she weighs about 400 pounds.
He weighs as much as you do. She's a
No.
How much can you carry?
more.
She weighs more than
How
he
much?
does.
Actually, yeah.
She's an old model.
360.
True.
I can lift 330, so we approximately can.
Push, drag,
You know.
720.
So you get her over, put her on a table. The table holds up.
God.
That looked dangerous.
It did.
We lose an eye at the table, we're not insured for that.
Yeah, please don't do that at your former
Listen,
grandparents' house.
You are not one of the people that have natural eye protection, so you need to nod. Just trust me, you don't want these.
So,
If
anything
you all try,
else?
you
What do you want to
wouldn't
do? You got her on a table. You finish cleaning up as they get it to a table.
Hey, Eris. Poppy's dead. I mean, honestly, it's so not sure if this is a good thing or, bad, but... Oh, Curtis, I know you never really had much experience with her, but Poppy's dead. Yeah.
Can I go outside now?
Sure.
Can I go with you?
You step outside and you see Morrow.
Can I follow him?
Yeah, you can use it on your choice of roll.
Well, I
She's not
wanted to.
organic,
There's
so
a
she's
reason.
not a creature.
Then you need to buy 2.
I did.
And you have
Who's
your
a
dream
creature?
critical for player of
Not
choice.
Poppy.
Curtis' second roll. That's 1.
I never used the other crit that I did earlier.
Very true.
Fuck, man.
So that's why I have 2. Well, I wanted 2 for a reason.
Well, I'm just saying, you have 1 now. Well, 1 more.
Okay, thank you. Just make sure. Well, so after I finish dinner, when I watch them breakfast, I call out to Hale, good food. As I kind of motion wave at her. About, you're still eating your food, right?
I just give you a thumbs up.
Cool. Then I walk over to Poppy, and can I give it an examine with a tinker set?
Yep, make a tinker check.
Can I just use one of my crit,
Yep.
the successes?
Sure.
Okay, how bad was the corruption in the system, and how much is left that I could work with? As far as Reforge goes.
You can ask questions like that without spending, Sky. I'm going to refund that back to you because you can ask questions like that without...
I have plans and I just don't
Yeah.
use them.
It depends how quickly we get through this next part and you guys go to town.
Yay!
That's all I've been waiting for. Okay, so,
I followed him outside.
yeah, she's been unpowered.
Could I reset with a magic cell charge and power up?
Yeah,
Do I have a spare one on me? I know I have thousands.
yeah.
I try to fit one in.
Okay, you replace her level 1 Magicell charge and she powers right up.
I call Curtis on the Umbrella Network
She's
and
like,
just...
Curtis.
"Hi,
Xander.
No,
Theo.
Xander.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that confused those two.
Theo.
Calls himself.
Well, hello. Welcome into... Wait a minute. All right. Who wants some popcorn?
I'll take some popcorn.
Okay, what flavor?
Weed if you have it.
As she starts popping it up.
Just
Come
do
on,
weed?
don't be so
Yes,
vanilla.
Of course. And she pulls
There's
out...
so many other
She goes over to the
flavors.
counter, grabs one of the containers, sits there. You've seen the hole, pops it all up, does the little cantrip thing, hands it over to you.
I take it. Thank you, Poppy. And then I call Xander on the Umbrella Network and just send him a text message.
He's in the same room with you.
Oh, I thought they left.
You said that like
I did not hear you say that you were following them out. I apologize.
He did.
I'm sorry.
Yep, so I mean, I just message him and you get a message from me.
Okay.
Poppy's alive.
Oh,
So,
fuck.
Then the
Don't respond
two
to
of
that.
you get to see Morrow sitting there next to Heather, staring at a stone obelisk. That looks very familiar.
Can
to
I
you.
roll to see if I remember what it is?
Remember when you were brought to the Reclaimer office?
Like Kay's obelisk?
Like in the center of the park,
Reclaimer
outside
Park?
at Reclaimer Park?
I don't know if you ever saw that. We didn't use it much toward the end.
He was brought there once by, for his being registered by,
Nick, right?
yeah, Nick.
I wouldn't have seen this.
No. Are you going outside too?
I was going out and then he was.
That's right. That's right. I'm sorry.
Sean, are you fine if I step away from the table for a second?
Sure. Hope everything's okay.
My grandfather had a test today to see if he has cancer again.
Good luck.
So I'm gonna go over and investigate this stone thing.
Okay.
I have no idea what it is.
You hear Heather repeating almost like a mantra. And may the lost be found, and may the dead find peace. May the lost be found, and may the dead find peace.
Do I have to roll to see if I can see the plaque that's on it?
No.
Alright.
It's easy enough to read.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Curtis and say, I need to go see Agatha. Like, I need to get the rest of Lukeisha set up in Toka.
I understand. I'd suggest with Mercutius, since it's not really Agatha's bag as far as the Hag Network.
I need to get away.
You need to head. Your communicator for Umbrella should still work with the boss. You can head back in any minute. You can take it to the old Umbrella building. It should take you to the same location we used to be in, which is probably vacant right now. And then you can talk to Umbrella management about resetting the Mercutius. It should be. I tell you basically what I would do, which is basically if you get to Toka, communicate, use your communicator to speak to management. Basically, notify them who you are, what you're planning, or you can call Kay directly. Just however you want to handle it. He doesn't need any supplies yet, so he's not going to ask you to get anything. He does ask you a question though. If he can use for the day your Locutus Reforged units that have the most interaction with regular civilians. They're commonly trained. He's asking if you would mind giving them to him for the day. They should be back in the shop and back in Locutus doing their jobs, which is still functioning. Locutus is still
In
on.
other words, can he borrow your casino workers?
Yeah, I need your casino workers for the day if you don't mind. He tells you immediately that he's gonna use them for meeting and greeting the locals of Lethnor, trying to make a good example, and he figures that the people who worked at the casino and everything would be good at dealing with people, helping them out. They'll have basic orders.
It won't get copyrighted here. It won't get copyrighted here.
No, and he figures it might be beneficial to keep Locutus open. It doesn't take too much on the power draw for the building, which there is a power draw. But he's cool with maybe the locals utilizing it, or if you set up, because it's your company as well, even though we're not connected to Toka, if you talk to people in Sigil about getting a portal, they could come here to go to the casino and whatnot. It just can't be connected to Toka. But that's something that you'd have to set up because I can't really go do that. Because if I had set foot in Sigil, they'll murder me.
I know.
Anywhere I go, I'll be murdered. So if you wanted to set that up with Sigil, that's something to investigate down the road. That's months in the future. That's not right now.
Rings of disguise are amazing. Right now,
The creatures that want to kill me would see through it.
Think about what you're talking about.
Right now, all I need to do is just establish a central connection from where we are now to the shop I'm making up in Toka.
Don't you have a doorknob?
Yeah, I got a doorknob for that. I just
You can use any flat surface for that.
The doorknob goes back to her room.
Oh, I thought you got a different one
Yeah,
for the
but
Lucius.
yeah,
One
she
that
got
was
a
like marked
When
and
I talked
gold.
to Kay-
Locutus.
Like, oh. That's still set up. We haven't set up the new Lucius, so that's still...
To Locutus.
Yeah, it's still in my building, so that's like 50 feet behind us.
So I'm gonna need slight help on this side with that.
The building
Not
layout
necessarily.
should be in the system. I mean,
Maybe.
the only thing I could say is that if we built a structure in Lethnor that we could use for a portal to Sigil, that'd be about the best guess, but I have a feeling Kay doesn't exactly want me to have access to a portal to Toka. Reasonable,
Yeah.
reasonable. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want me to get that close. And I'm respecting his wishes.
It's only been a half hour since the last one.
Okay.
But,
I have no problem taking like every hour.
I mean, before I go to see Agatha, either way, I'm gonna go check out Lethnor again.
yep, so I'm going to, say, get your bearings with you if you need anything. Heather should be in shortly, I believe. Well, you guys want to get reforged, go get you
Okay, Zach.
something.
Zach has a crit when he wants it.
Cool. So I'm gonna send a message on the Umbrella Network to the party, and I meant walk over to Hale. We're gonna be
I'm
investigating.
in the house.
The
Yeah,
house?
she's in the building. She
Yeah.
cooked breakfast. She hasn't come out yet.
I'm still in the kitchen by
I know.
myself eating.
Well, I thought you went to one of the tables.
I'm
Okay.
still in
So
there
the
eating
rest of you
by
are deciding to
myself.
go over to Lethnor next?
Yep.
Yeah.
I send a message over the
Are you
Umbrella
gonna go
Network.
with him to Lethnor?
I let her know that's where we're going.
Yeah, sure, but can my character like... Is there like a huge cauldron there that I can like put the rest of the food in so things don't get to it?
No, there's a refrigerator.
It's like an ice box.
Sure.
It's a chest full of other food.
It's called an ice box.
You're outside, I thought.
I am, though.
Thought you were still in the
I have my bag
cafe.
of frost.
Oh, really? I thought you were. Oh.
Yeah, you also have your door bag and everything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can put the food away.
I'm gonna put
There's
it
plenty of places to put it. Okay. So, step out. Alright, so the rest of you going over to Lethnor then. I
Yeah.
take it you start walking.
Do I have
All right.
my spoon?
So, let's get to the new guy, finally. Sorry for making you wait so
Oh,
long.
I don't mind.
So now you have a rough idea of how the game kind of works.
Yeah.
Alright, so you've been traveling for the last 7 months or so. You haven't gotten all that far. Okay? For some odd reason, you seem to go around in circles a lot. Or, yeah, you've been trying to travel north away from the desolation of your homeland, which seemed to have been oddly destroyed and ripped apart for about 3 months prior to you finally being driven out when everything else just finished going to hell. Because there were demons that were running around and wyverns that were attacking and other creatures that were just taking out temples and towns and murdered your whole family and village. So obviously you couldn't stay there anymore, so you went to travel north. Somehow over the span of about 3 months you ended up back at the desolation of it about 4 or 5 times. And
Very bad with directions.
Understatement.
yeah, you know, you remember, if you're trying to travel north, always keep the sun to your left. Because that's how you should start every morning.
4 for intelligence.
But finally, Gods be willing, somehow you found a town. This little town called Lethnor, where everyone was oddly happy. Okay? The front gate, it took you a while to understand. Yep, always to the left. Yep, that's an intelligence 4 for you. I forgot afternoon. You're
What
supposed
a
to make it on your right.
Left, right, I don't know what those are. I'm just gonna go this way.
And I remember it's left because that's the hand that goes on the bottom of my hammer.
But not ever swinging hand.
So, you were surprised that you were welcomed into this dwarven predominant town, which seems to be half abandoned. There's this really sweet, ugly old lady that runs a store at the end of the street that has absolutely no problem with you, which was weird because you expect most people to be kind of
Put off.
iffy about a turtle with spikes all over its back and a big sharp beak, especially seeing as how you're not quite understanding half of what they say on a good day. But some of the people have gotten used to you over the last day or two and will approach you in slight words. So you've been staying at the inn, doing odd jobs for them in order to earn your living. Mucking out the stalls and heavy lifting because you're brutishly strong. So you're sitting in the tavern eating breakfast, listening to people talk about the rumblings in the village and throughout the area last night. You didn't really notice. You're not sure what they're really talking about. They're talking about an odd shadow on the horizon as the sun came up. Not really sure what's going on, but you know they're dwarves. Most of them are already drunk at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, what do you want to do?
Would I ask one of these drunken dwarves about the rumbling or whatever?
Yeah, how would you ask?
Yeah, the word.
Let's hear your character.
I gotta figure out a voice.
When in doubt, just do the whole.
Aye, so breakfast good to you this morning?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay, more meat, more soup, more bread.
Question.
Yes.
Hear about rumble.
Yes, the whole town shook last night. Didn't you feel it?
Didn't notice.
No? Oh, you must have been a few drinks in at that point. You didn't drink anything the night before. At least not that you remember. Greg's intro. There we go.
It's gonna be the title of the video. Greg's intro.
Probably.
All this pressure.
Welcome to Greg, the dumb turtle.
I apologize in advance.
Why are you apologizing?
Just gonna be awful.
All right, so you guys. So anything else you want to ask or do?
Leave the tavern, yes.
Pointing to you because someone asked who's the turtle.
Yep. So, yeah, the one that was pointed to.
It is I. Turtle man.
No, you're being fine.
A-D-N-D. Virgin, we get to. Yes. There we go.
So many bottles.
Yep. He says, "Congrats, new player, and welcome to the world of D&D. The first game is always the most stressful, and then you realize that nobody cares how much of a dork you are, because we all are dorks and geeks, which makes it so much more fun. So you can nerd out all you want and be able to go through your own personal."
You had to word it like that.
You're the one that decided to name yourself D&D nerd.
He's got a point. None of us made specifically D&D relevant
See,
games.
Ahu, proud nerd here too. You know, I don't think anyone that's not a nerd would ever watch this show. It just takes way, way, way too much patience to go through and listen to a story, especially how roundabout we go. So, is there anything else you want to do at the tavern? Breakfast is good. Okay. You miss home cooking. You miss hunks of raw meat.
Wait, is that the last one? Okay, then no, not that one.
I guess I'll just leave.
You go out.
Just try to fit through the door.
Oh, you have no problem fitting through the
Oh,
door.
okay.
Yeah. Even though it's a mostly dwarven community, the doors are about 7 feet tall and about 4 feet wide. They're like built for huge creatures. Toro must help the old lady of the town across the streets. Maybe.
Until the mod squad walks down the road.
But if it's the old lady that I mentioned earlier, I don't think that's going to happen.
And she don't need,
you don't
no
need no
help.
help. I don't know the heck.
need help after.
Yeah, you help. You might need the help.
So, you're out in the middle of the street. There are a few dwarves walking around. You see a couple horses. There's a cart that's laden pretty heavy with rocks and raw metal material. It's a mining town. Okay. And you're in the center of the downtown. You can go north if you want towards the old lady shop, south towards the main gate and stables. There's a park. Boy Scout of the town. Yep. There's a park that you've been told about that's up to the northeast. The mines are to the north where the mountains are.
Guess I'll head to the park.
Okay. So you're keeping the sun to your left and kind of behind you.
Hammer hand.
Okay, so to the left and kind of behind you, following that trail. Okay. So the rest of you, as you're walking to town, Okay, you finally connect up to the road, okay, which was about 1/8 of a mile away from your location. And as you're walking down the town, okay, road towards the town, you see a 6-foot-ish tall walking turtle with a big stone hammer on its back, spikes all over its back shell.
I'm gonna approach it.
Okay, that comes out of town, looks up at the sun, looks forward, looks up at the sun, looks forward, okay, grabs his hammer, puts his hammer back, looks up at the sun, pretends to hold his hammer, and starts walking down the street. Is that about right?
Yeah. No, that sounds great.
Jesus, dog, get the hell out of here on my feet. Go.
So, make a perception check.
Okay.
20.
Mind you, you have limited eyesight.
Hold on.
Perception
Yeah, well,
is under wisdom. So
I don't need a hundred either.
So I get +2 to
Yes.
perception?
11.
11.
Yeah, you don't notice much of anything. It took a... But you're positive. You're absolutely positive you're going in the right direction. Because it's behind and to the left.
Can I tree hop up to him?
Yeah,
That'll probably.
he's less than 50 feet away.
So I'm just gonna tree hop and just kind of poke my head out of the tree and just
Make another perception check.
see if you notice.
You're gonna roll a 1. 3! Oh no! +2,
You're-
that's a 5!
You're oblivious, but you still sure you're going the right way.
That's all that matters.
He's an idiot and
He
he's
doesn't seem to
blind.
notice you at all.
I'm gonna walk out of the tree and just start walking behind him, see how long it takes for him to notice me.
Can I ask him if he's good? Because I see him like looking at the sun.
He's about 40 feet away from you at this point.
It's 30. Damn.
So he's just out of ear range if you wanted to talk like at any normal voice without screaming.
Literally right here.
Yeah, just like
And you're
head
watching him
popping.
slowly just walk down the
With
path.
me right behind him.
With her like matching each step, this walking tree,
Just gonna be kind of following
this
laugh,
giant
laughing
turtle.
as I see her just behind, just like
Just moving.
just kind of trotting
How about you,
behind.
Faye? What are you doing? And Curtis. With your half a dozen reforged.
Oh, touch him. He's
I'm gonna
spiky.
start
Persuasion.
walking a bit
He's
faster.
spiky boy.
See if I can catch up with her and the turtle.
Deadliest house.
Okay, it's not that hard to do.
Shell.
It's not moving that fast.
Wind perception.
Okay, so are you gonna greet it?
Yeah.
All right,
What's your charisma?
go for it. Come up behind him and greet him.
Charisma is 8 -1.
Hey, spiky shell thing!
Ah!
Does he notice?
Does now.
You turn around and you see there's this 6+ foot tree person staring at you, like less than 2 feet from
Head
you.
tilted.
Can I help you?
You new to the town?
Yes.
Me, no.
I could make him talk like this.
Best thing you could do.
Oh, that's hilarious. The entire persona of your character has been set.
I figured I'd make him talk slow because he's a turtle.
Slow to talk, slow to think, quick to strike.
I'm just
Literal
gonna
drop of a
circle
dime.
him.
He just goes, ah!
I'm just gonna circle him, go back in front of him, and be like, "Where are you from?"
She's circling around you. Like a
That's
shark
pretty
circling her prey.
The last time you were hovering
She could
around someone,
probably
you
be
did threaten to
pretty
kill
scary.
him pretty quickly. That was how we introduced Anda.
You're watching this happen.
Yep.
You're lucky you don't get a
He's
hammer
watching
in
the
face.
tree walk around her. Walk around him. Grabbing his at his
Starts
hammer.
slowly taking.
Hi!
A little thing next to you, like a 9-year-old kid. Okay.
Literally,
And
Wave with
bright,
the hammer.
and bright clothing. has this bright smile looking up at you.
Hi! I went back with the hammer.
Are you lost?
No. I
Are you
headed
sure?
to a park.
It makes sense.
You have an
just
idea of
came
what
up
park
from
he's
that.
talking about.
Are you trying to get to the park?
We just came up
Yes.
from that way. There was no park.
No, he's talking about the one that's down there.
She's never been.
I know where it is.
You have an idea of what park he's talking about too. You walk up and you're about 15 feet away at this point.
Need
So
to
as you
get
turn
in
around,
there?
also you see another daunting human in a blank face with a trench coat with about 6 large
Boss
metal
battle
men
music.
wearing tuxedos.
You got them up and running?
These are the Cusiuses. They're not offensive. They're not armed.
You put all the Reforged on standby. That's why Poppy didn't have power.
I'm looking.
So they can
Do
be
you
powered
need
back
help
up.
getting there?
No. I know. the
Good to
way.
know.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You're with Curtis.
Sean. I asked, do you know the way? And he's like, it's.
That way.
Is it?
Yes, he's pointing in the right direction.
Would you like some help getting there, bud?
Do you want help getting there?
No. Going fast enough.
Are you sure? Because we could get there quite a bit faster.
Let's not scare the guy.
You're watching all this.
Other speeds.
You're the bard.
You mean other speeds exist?
I mean, I feel like I should make you like a 4-year-old boy and then just summon one of my
You have
birds
a
of
base
prey.
speed of 40. You go as fast as I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm slower than you.
26.
Speed?
Okay. Alright. Okay, the two of you, as you're walking up and you see that he's got his back basically to you because he's talking to Morrow, and you see the bard behind with a little bit of paint, painting, what was you painting?
Smiley face.
A smiley face on his shell. Okay. Make a performance check.
19 plus my 15.
She aims it so that on the 2 of the spikes, the end of the spike is like the pupil of each eye, and then a couple of the other spikes look like fangs coming out of the mouth and teeth. It almost looks like the back of his shell is like a jack-o'-lantern by the time the 2 of you catch up, and he has no idea.
I'm still pointing this way.
I'm not gonna.
We just see him proudly
Oh.
pointing in that direction.
Hand on
I'm
hip.
gonna
Oh, yeah.
change my eye color from the gray to like a light blue.
He does.
Okay,
That way.
no problem. Free action.
Does
Looks a
he
little
notice anything new with me?
You'd have to make a perception check and ask.
I mean, you don't look any different than the dryad I saw yesterday. I don't know what you want me to look for. You guys, I mean, alignments don't exactly make you glow evil. It doesn't make your eyes go. It doesn't turn your hair into flame. It's an alignment thing.
Technically, there's only one of you that has the actual ability to figure out what your alignment is.
And it's her.
Yep.
No, it
Yeah.
could have been Kyle too, actually. But
He's
I'm
dead.
saying only one of you
Yeah.
now.
oh, no, I know.
Dead.
Because Kyle's dead.
Yeah.
I wonder what.
So, you guys gonna finish going into town, or are you gonna follow this turtle?
I'm gonna follow him. I don't know about the
I'm gonna
rest
head
of
back to
them.
town. I'm gonna head to
You're
town.
gonna
I got
town?
a job to do.
Yeah, I
I bring the
still have
Reforged.
Lexington's little hand in me.
On me?
Yes.
I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay, so, what, you're gonna go see Agatha? You've met Agatha.
Yes, I'm gonna go skipping off to Agatha. Seeming like a little song about Grandma
Good.
Agatha. Going to
Okay,
Grandma Agatha.
so the bard skips
Oh.
away.
There's no guilds here. So that's why I was
Going
thinking about
to
you and
full
Claymore
40
getting involved in a
45
guild.
base.
And
She skips away very quickly and disappears into the town.
Our own, like, mercenary guild.
You've only gone about 30, 40 feet from the town entrance anyway.
So we're planning on. Like,
So, the four,
versus
so,
mercenaries and heavy infantry.
He's going back to town.
okay. So you're following behind her.
Yeah, just making my way to town with the Reforge.
Okay, you see her skip down and go straight into Agatha's shop. As you get to the entrance, though, they completely ignore her, basically, as she skips by, almost as if they didn't even notice her. And as you get up, my friend! Curtis, is that truly you?
I take off
Have the reclaimed returned?
Run. No, say no. You're not Curtis.
We're here. What? I am Curtis, and we're heroes here.
Yes, but you have enemies all over the place right
Not
now.
here. He's
Not
protected.
here.
He's protected for a year.
And besides, what am I supposed to do? The village is gonna riot up against my armies?
It's a pleasure to have you back, and perfect in time. We felt some odd rumblings.
Oi, who am I talking to?
You
Random?
have no idea.
Rando?
Just a random dwarven guard.
Well, I am very polite to him, and I tell him, actually, I'm looking to meet the people of Lethnor. I appear to be your neighbors. That rumbling you heard was my building being deposited in this plane.
You built a building overnight. Now, that would be something to see. You're doing a housewarming?
Yes, actually I am.
Truly?
Open to the entire town of Lethnor. Every dwarf, everything, free food, free
When?
booze, games. Tonight, tomorrow, whenever everyone's available.
Tonight?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, tonight
Hey.
into tomorrow.
Ted,
Probably will.
watch the gate. I'll be back. I'll go spread the word for you.
Appreciate it, thank you.
He goes, you didn't know dwarves could move that fast.
Free food and beer, and my
First
level.
stop, he is straight to the tavern. By the time you get to Agatha's shop, he's already out of the tavern, going down to the blacksmith. He doesn't stay long at the blacksmith. And then you see him head down towards the stables and the main gate at the south.
Alright, to notify everyone else.
Okay? You enter Agatha's shop. Now, I think this is your first time in her actual shop. It's easy for you to recognize the sign outside because...
I have met her before, right?
Yeah. Because a small dwarven town with abyssal writing that says "screw the humans" on it is definitely not what you would expect to see in a dwarven town. Okay. So you walk in, and there you see Agatha sitting behind the counter. You see... Okay. You see a bunch of bookcases full of odd trinkets, potions, vials, books. And you notice the two imps standing up on top of one of the bookshelves, playing catch with a small, brightly colored ball. Well, good morning there, lass. What pleasure do I have with you here?
I'm gonna take
Oh,
out Lexington.
never mind. I know exactly. So you came with Curtis.
Yes. But I like have Lexington's tiny little puppet hand in my fingers.
Oh, what's that now, dearie?
An angel that I know massacred my little buddy that I've had for the past 100 years. This is the only remaining part of him, and I was wondering if you could maybe do something.
Oh, my dear, that's so horrible.
Yeah. And then Curtis murdered my best friend too. So,
Sounds like you've had quite the day.
yeah.
Misery has been all over the place lately.
Yeah.
It's been delicious.
Oh, you want delicious? I have some pastries. They're from the recipe.
Oh, why, thank you. Oh, these are quite good. Oh, I could sell these for quite a markup. So what can I help you with anyway? So you need help with your little friend?
Yeah, is there a way that you could like
Takes a look at it.
reverse time and like maybe
She pulls
your
out
body?
this
I don't know.
crystal ball, starts kind of staring at it a little bit. Looks up at one of the imps, says something in a language you have no idea what the heck she's saying. And I don't care what languages you know, you're not going to know this one. Alright, who darts out in the back, comes back a little later with a book. He says, alright, so it was enchanted creature or something like that, I take it.
He was at first a marionette, but I've been casting animate object on him for the past 100 years, so he just became alive.
Oh, I am so sorry, dear. That can't be resurrected. Or restored, no. That's beyond my power. You need someone that has, like, truly over-the-top temporal magic, or
You know anyone?
I might for the right price.
Maybe game's just not talking money.
What price? I have that.
I have plenty of money, my dear. Now, what could make it interesting?
You want some blood from our first gen from Kryn?
Where? Who?
Kryn? The
Never
land
heard of it.
The Kender?
Never heard of it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I've heard of him. One died out years ago.
Another one of those prime places that just kind of disappear.
Yeah, except people weren't completely massacred all at once. They're like nowhere was. Like Curtis.
It was truly interesting. It's caused quite the commotion in the underworld, so to say. But yeah. So, what can you offer me for the information? Like I said, I can't do it, but I can tell you who can.
You want a porno book?
I have a back room.
I
It'd be
have,
amazing how
I have a
miserable
small
porn
bag of
actors are.
figurines. I have a small bag of figurines.
Oh, those are interesting. Let me take a look at those. Oh, enchanted wood.
She would recognize it. I hope she would.
You remember Morrow?
She would recognize the wood. She wouldn't recognize the figurines.
No,
I
she'd
just
recognize it
leg.
as me, though.
I just picked it up randomly one day. Someone must have dropped it. So I figured no one's gonna want it back.
Random drops are always fun. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah, I learned.
Or one man's treasure is another man's trash. Or you can just trash another man with your treasure. But, yeah, that's a fair enough trade. She takes it, puts it under the counter. So, you know that place that you were just at?
Toka?
Aye.
Yes. What
Okay,
are you doing?
that'd be about the only chance you have of finding someone that could restore it back to what it once was.
How do I get there?
I'll include that for the fee. I have a door right here.
I could have told you.
While this is happening, you're having a nice
my
conversation. You're coming
elbow.
into town. Are you going in to visit Agatha's shop right away, or are you going to, like, basically register at the front gate and all that?
I'll do the business stuff. Register with the front gate, notify them of my location, find out who to talk to about layout of the land and whatnot.
Stealing a... Oh, no, it's cream soda. Never mind. I'm out of beverage.
There's one over there.
No worries.
Oh, this
Curtis?
dude again.
You? Oh.
Yes, my old friend. How are you doing?
Bless you, Abby.
The reclaimers have returned.
Aye, there we are now living here.
Straining, very difficult to speak correctly.
I
You see two guards laughing behind him.
tell them the reclaimers now live here.
Truly,
My building was the cause of the disruptions last night, I'm told.
we've been wondering what. Yeah, huh?
That was the perfect response. I tell them about the open house. I'm sure that the guard is now running around town letting everyone know. I'm allowing anyone to come in, eat, drink, completely no limits, and see what Locutus has to offer for entertainment and value.
Cool. Let's go. Right. Make a note. Come on.
I'm following you, sir. And I follow him.
Okay. And you guys make up a flyer. So you guys with the turtle.
Yay! No, I stayed
Back
with
to
him.
the turtle.
No, I
So
stayed with him.
the two of you are with the turtle as well, because Curtis and her were the only ones that walked into town. So, what are you four doing? 5.
I'm just like I was like, I'm gonna go to the park if you want to come
I'm
with.
You notice-
slowly lumbering towards the park.
Are you using the bracelet, or are you actually holding your weapons out? She is still.
I haven't put him on the bracelet yet.
Okay. You notice that he has a giant, beautiful sword and a giant glowing hammer on his back.
Hammer.
Nah.
I like.
It glows purple and gives off like misty like trails.
She's mine. This is mine.
I got this one.
Less
It's a
cool.
truly beautiful hammer.
Guys,
Done me
Kimmy's
wonders.
just comparing their hammers.
As you.
The
Zach's
robot
hammer's
and the
bigger.
turtle.
Even.
I hate
And
you,
glowing.
Sean.
I want to jump out a window
The
now.
glowing pulsation.
Lydia.
His glowing, pulsing hammer is nothing compared to your rock.
God damn it. I regret initiating this conversation immensely.
You did this to yourself.
You wanted to see the hammer. I pulled out the hammer.
Now you guys are comparing hammers. Glowing, pulsating hammers.
Lydia, shut
Only
the fuck
one
up.
is.
Put the hammer away.
Only
No,
one
his
is
doesn't
glowing.
glow or pulsate. It's just rock hard.
It's basic.
I want to
Hammer.
cry right now.
Oh, I don't know, dude.
Anywho.
This kid, they can get so
The
much
wonders of
worse.
D&D chat. And he's not even the bard. Anyway, so what are you five doing other than comparing hammers?
I'm walking.
Are you comparing your glaive to their hammer?
Oh no! If I whipped out my glaive, it'd be a completely different story.
No, you're.
Are you comparing
Might
your
be
hammer
bigger.
to theirs?
Can I summon my spiritual hammer? And make it glow?
What level are you casting it at?
4.
She summons a 9-foot spiritual sledgehammer.
Look over.
Anything special? Squeaky hammer?
It's my
Giant
squeaky.
squeak. So all of a sudden, there's this 9-foot giant squeaky hammer floating right next to her.
And it's
The
slightly
angel.
glowing.
I'm just gonna
That's
look
glowing.
over at him and be like, "Oh, that's a nice hammer."
Get pretty. Shiny.
It hurt if you try grab.
Don't try touching
All right,
this.
so
But
what
my
are you
hammer
guys
is
doing? Are you
bigger.
just hanging out there, or are you going
Then both
on
of
to
you.
I'm
the
going to the park,
park?
I'm just slowly lumbering to the park
even though you have a base movement speed of
My
at
40.
my
hammer is bigger
my
than
turtle
both of
speed.
theirs.
Okay.
Which is 40.
Hey,
So-
Eris, can I have my dagger back?
Yes.
So you guys are following him to the park. You're doing business,
I'm
and
going through the door to
you're going through the doorway
Do
to
you have
Toka.
a dagger to give back to me?
All right.
I want to give him back his dagger.
What dagger? Which dagger?
Figured.
He only gave
My
me one dagger that was on my
dagger
leg.
that I gave
Okay.
him.
Starmanthian.
Then you should be able to give it back to him.
Okay.
I don't keep track of all your inventory.
I wrote
Well,
it down.
I keep track of some of it, but that's why I have you write it down. If you don't write it down, doesn't exist.
Yeah, I have it written
Or
down.
if you leave your dagger in a post in a world that you're going to blow up, you don't get it back.
Let's see.
That's a call out to me!
All right, so we're gonna take a break here,
Okay.
so that you can start dinner, I think.
Yes.
And
I'm gonna teach you how to cook. So
Nope.
you're gonna come with me to the kitchen. He
all
can
right,
come too. He can sit, and you can just sit there too, and I
and
can
then
show you.
we shall be back.
She knows how to cook.
You've been